Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here with a new video. Now, this is a little different from my other videos. I am going to do just a little breakdown of the thief class or thief profession. This is just going to scratch the surface. It's just to get to know the profession. This is if you have no idea and just curious about it. I'm just going to give you a quick little breakdown. It's not going to go into depth about all the skills and all that. It's just more or less the features and abilities and the skill types it has and whatnot. So basically, the most simple way I can describe a thief is they're experts in stealth, one-on-one combat, traps, venoms, and shadow stuff, shadow arts. So now let's take a look at what makes them special, right? First off, they have an ability called steal. Now this is an ability that makes them be able to create these environmental weapons depending on what mob they choose to use his ability on. Like, it's basically a pool of weapons you can get depending on what mob you go after, and you basically create this weapon where it could be like a giant club, or it could be like a I don't know, like a piece of wood. Just depends on the mob, and they have their own skills. Like, these items have their own skills, and you can use them against the mob or just keep it in your inventory and do whatever you want with it. Now, the main system that they use for their weapon skills is initiative. Their weapon skills have no cooldown, meaning none of their skills are ever on cooldown because they use initiative. So basically, if you just keep spamming the same two skills, you run out of initiative, and you gotta wait for it to come back. It's just like energy or whatever you want to call it. But you also see that skills, once you use a certain skill, it unlocks another skill, and you kind of chain them together. But all of this doesn't use any cooldowns. It's all on initiative, but you gain initiative back with other skills. So it just it's very fast-paced class. You're always just using skills, and yeah, it's very fun. Now, special skill types. This is a little more different. Okay, so first of all, they have dual wielding skills, meaning they hold two weapons, and this is only for the thief profession. These skills are determined by a combination of main hand and offhand weapon. So you see your skill bar; it changes depending on what weapons you're holding, the combination of them. Now, they also have shadow stepping, excuse me, and this is more or less like a teleport for like a thief. So it's traveling through short distances through the shadows, meaning you just teleport around. It's pretty cool. You also have stealth, which is your generic invisibility, and like most other games, you don't have you don't gain any aggro. You can't be targeted while stealth, but you can be damaged through AOE's, and when you attack, it does break your stealth. But while you're stealth, you also gain stealth skills, which are skills you can use while stealth only, obviously. And moving on, you can also use traps. And just like a generic trap, you put it down, and when someone walks over it, something happens to them, whether it be just damage, bleed, or slow, or whatever. And lastly, you also get venoms, which you apply to your weapons and you inflict condi- certain condition to your target. Now, those are the special skill types. That's what makes the thief class the thief class. They're uniquely, that's their unique skills that they have. Their characters or whatnot. Now, moving on, you also have traits. These, what I think are like skill trees. That's how I look at them. Depending on where you put your points and spend your points, you obviously don't have enough points to max them all. So you gotta make your builds. You have deadly arts, critical strike, shadow arts, acrobatics, and trickery. Now, I'm not gonna break down all of them right now. I'll do this in another video. Again, I just want to give you the basics of the thief class. And yeah, so depending on where you put your points, or what buffs you get, what different things do. So basically, do more damage with your poisons, or your criticals hit for more, or whatnot. And you use medium armor as a thief. Now, when we look at the weapons, they can use a variety of weapons. The only two-handed weapon they can use is a short bow, and you could also use it to shadow step, and it has different abilities, but one of the coolest abilities it has is the ability to shadow step, meaning you shoot an arrow, and wherever that arrow lands or stops, you teleport there. So it's pretty cool, and you can switch weapons when you're, in a fight. Like, say you kill some guy and you want to get away, you can switch to your bow and just start shadow stepping away. So that's pretty cool. You also have main hand weapons, weapons that you can use in your main hands, and those are, you can use a sword, you can use a dagger, and you can use a pistol. And again, these weapons give you different abilities, whereas a sword probably gives you more damage, and you do attack slower. A dagger would make you attack faster, and you can inflict conditions with it. And a pistol will obviously give you range and other benefits. Now, for your offhand, you can use a dagger or a pistol. You cannot use a sword for your offhand, and those are only two weapons. And again, depending on what you're holding, is the abilities you get. And lastly, for aquatic, all the professions have it. You can use a harpoon or a spear, just underwater combat. But that is just the basics, the the simplest way I can describe the Thief class to you guys. I will be making a little more in-depth guides once I start playing again in the beta. And yeah, if you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see more Guild Wars 2 Thief content or in general more Guild Wars 2 stuff, don't forget to subscribe. I'm Alex, and have a great day.